Good evening. Welcome to another exciting edition of So in a Bourbon. Charlie, we have a bottle on the bar tonight that's kind of been in high demand lately.
It has, and we have it, and we paid retail. Heaven Hill, Old Fitzgerald, 7-year, bottled-in-bond. We're going to tell you if it's worth tracking down.
Okay, Charlie, Heaven Hill put out this new Old Fitzgerald. It's a 7-year bottled-in-bond, and this is supposed to be kind of maybe a new shelfer, right?
I mean, it's the first time we've ever seen any iteration of Old Fitzgerald. Like it's, oh no, that's not right. It's been around forever.
Yeah.
And they keep, it's like they keep, those old movie stars that keep dragging out. I can't think of a good analogy, but we just keep putting it in new bottles.
Right.
We keep changing the proof. We keep changing the releases. And now we have what is supposed to be a shelfer. They're weeded shelfer.
Yeah, and this has been a popular one. We're a little bit late to the party on this. At least it seems like. I mean, I feel like we've been looking for it for a while. It just came out in June.
Yeah, and
other channels more fortunate than us seem to get samples.
Shocker, Heaven Hill
We
doesn't.
don't.
Heaven Hill doesn't know who we are, therefore they do not send us stuff. Got this at our friend Jono's. He was gracious enough to let me purchase a bottle, and at retail, I might add. I think I paid about $60-ish for this bottle, which is kind of the point of this, right? It's supposed to be the weeded division of Heaven Hill, and that's what it's going to be. So,
and that's what I'm hoping. I hope this stays a bottle that you can find regularly and doesn't turn into a secondary market bottle. That's the point, but we'll see what happens.
That is the point. And I will say this. It's a beautiful bottle.
It is a beautiful bottle.
It features the same crystal cork shape that you will have seen on the decanters, which is awesome that those decanters are actually a resurrection of the holiday bottles from the 50s and 60s. I love how it pays homage to kind of everything while being something new. And it's 7-year age stated, and it's bottled in bond, and I'm really excited to drink it.
So let's get into it.
Okay.
Let's talk about the mash bill. First of all, we know it's 100 proof because it's bottled in bond.
That's
it's 7 years old.
Tell them what the mash bill is.
68% corn, 20% wheat, 12% malted barley. It's the same mash bill as Larceny.
Okay.
A little bit older.
So it's the same mash bill as Larceny.
Yes, same mash bill as Larceny.
It has a kind of a nice amber color, maybe a little bronze there. It is.
It's pretty light.
Yeah, it's pretty. It's a little lighter than I thought it would be in the bottle, honestly. Puts a little ring around the glass. It's got some
good
decent legs. Yeah.
I know you said you paid retail for it. Did we mention how much that was?
It was
$60?
around $60.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's nose it.
It's got that classic Old Fitz spiciness to it. A little wheat funk.
Yeah, it is interesting. I do get some of that that kind of tingle, almost like rye spice tingle, and there's no rye in the mash bill, which I always find intriguing.
But it's more like and maybe it's psychological. It's Old Fitzgerald. It makes you kind of think of spice like Old Spice. Does that make sense? I guess it makes connections in your.
Were you drinking Old Spice as a kid?
Only when I was poor.
I really like this nose.
I do too.
It's
pleasant.
Very nice.
It's really sweet too. It's got some.
Yeah, it has some sweetness on the nose, but there's also like that campfire marshmallow, like a roasted marshmallow on there.
It's got like a little sugar cookie sweetness to it. All right,
I like that.
Let's drink it.
Cheers. Let's see if it's worth $60.
Heaven Hill. It's got a nice mouthfeel.
It really does.
It's a really silky smooth mouthfeel. It's nice and caramel sweet up front, and it's very drinkable. It's not gonna offend you at all. It's very smooth, got all the classic bourbon notes, a little bit of spice on the back end. What do you think? I love asking him to speak when his mouth is full.
I really like this. The mouthfeel is interesting because when you take a big sip, it almost like, and it has to be my saliva doing it, it feels like it thickens as you kind of swirl it around. It's really nice. Very kind of, I think you hit the nail on the head, kind of the caramel sweet.
It's almost got a little honey.
Yeah, you beat me to it. I was trying to think of another liquid sweetness. I was like, oh, it's honey. And then you said honey. It is way more oakier and deeper barrel character than I anticipated it would be. And then you get a really great kind of, it just tingles the back of your tongue with a little bit of baking spice kind of, black pepper, which is interesting because again, there's no rye in the mash bill, so that's all going to come from barrel character. I really like this. It's infinitely sippable. It's very
absolutely.
Good.
This is, you talk about appealing to mass audience right here. This is 100%. Most bourbon drinkers are going to like this, I think. And it does. It has a nice oaky finish, but it's not overwhelming. A little bit of bitterness on the finish, but not offensive.
I don't know if I would do. Well, it's very dark on the finish. It's
the more I smell it, the more I like it.
I know that nose. That nose is awesome. It almost smells like that's what you want a bourbon candle to smell like. Kind of all those the interesting thing. I never put 2 and 2. Shocker, Glenn does all the research on these. I never put 2 and 2 together that it's just going to be Larceny's mash bill. Mm-hmm. But when I was recently at Heaven Hill Distillery and I was perusing around the gift shop with a buddy of mine, and there were 2 older gentlemen, and they were trying to decide about the Larceny's, about the barrel proof, about this and what the difference and the regular. And they asked me, and I said, listen, they're both very good. They're weeded. They're very sweet, mellow. I typically prefer the regular Larceny to the barrel proof because I feel like it's a little overproof.
I do not like the barrel proof,
which is out of character for me. This, I feel like, falls right in the middle to where it's Larceny, regular Larceny, just ramped up to 100 instead of going to barrel proof. I think it's proof perfect. It's 7 years old, beautiful bottle. Great drinker. If you find it, I think it's a must buy. It's something that needs to be on your bar.
Let's talk a little bit more about the bottle. So this release has the logo, "Your Key to Hospitality." It's featured on the label and embossed across the bottom of the bottle. I don't see it on the label, so I'm not sure where it's at on the label. There we go.
It's literally
right across here.
It's literally on the label.
I'm half blind. This is Old Fitzgerald. Name is 155 years old. It was first introduced to people on steamships. And then it kind of has a long history. It changed hands, right?
As most bourbon brands have.
Yeah, went to Diageo, was owned by Stutzel Weller, which was owned by Diageo.
Right.
And then in 92, Heaven Hill purchased. What do you got there on the bar?
Well, this is one of the first Heaven Hills when they got it. And when they got Old Fitzgerald, that's what Old Fitzgerald was when it came to Heaven Hill. It was a bottled-in-bond weeded option.
And so this is from, 1992, somewhere around in there?
No, I think it's even newer than that. The bottom of the bottle says a 10, but it also has an 18. My guess is it's a 2018.
Okay.
But that's what Old Fitz was for a long time. They had the Old Fitzgerald, then they started phasing the Bottled-in-Bond Act and brought out the Old Fitzgerald Prime, which you may, depending on where you live, still be able to find one of these little squat boys around.
Show and tell time.
Yep, this is just their 80 proofer. And we pull these out just to say that the brand's been around forever, and I feel like the last couple of years when Heaven Hill discontinued this one and discontinued the Prime and went to the decanters, and everybody went crazy about them. They age from 9 to, I think the oldest one's been 8. Was there an 18?
I think so. Yeah.
And those are delicious, but good luck finding those. I feel like this is something that, and not that the bourbon industry needs a lot, but this was missing. This was a hole in the portfolio of not only a great, beautiful, well-trusted brand, but the age and the proof. And if they can keep it, if they have the product and they can keep it as a shelf-stable, price-wise option, I think that's good for all of us.
I agree. And did we mention about the mash bill, how it has changed a little bit over the years?
You didn't mention that, but it did change. Previously,
as we fiddle with our notes here.
The original 1971-ish was 70% corn instead of 68, 18% wheat, and 12% malted barley.
If only we could taste the difference.
Boy, imagine tasting something that was distilled in 1965 and bottled in 1971. It'd be like drinking in a time machine. Harkin?
Look what I've got, Charlie.
Hello, beauty.
This old decanter here. Actually, it's not an old decanter. It's a new decanter, but it contains my Old Fitzgerald Old Ironsides that came in a nice decanter that depicted Old Ironsides on it. And it is indeed a 6-year bottled-in-bond that was bottled in 1971, distilled in 1975. We've done an episode on this before. If you haven't seen it, go back and watch it.
We probably ought to link that episode because it's worth giving it a watch.
Light pours.
I'm just pouring it in my mouth.
So
I am so excited.
This is one that was pretty fantastic. I picked it up from someone who was selling a home, and long story short, watched the episode. But we thought this was fantastic. One of the most unique bourbons I've ever tasted.
Right up until 2 minutes before we started filming, I didn't know he was bringing this. Didn't even think about asking him to bring it, but I am so excited. So the only difference between these two products, besides where it was distilled, how old it is,
look how much darker the old one is, which is only a 6-year compared to the 7-year.
You really should watch the episode. One of the things that we have been very fortunate with the Someone to Bourbon channel is how many opportunities we've had to drink some really old dusty bourbon.
Yeah, absolutely.
So here we go. And now you're going to watch us do it again. Oh my gosh.
Well, the first thing I noticed on this one is it doesn't run down the glass at all like the first, like the new one does.
I didn't even think.
It's
mine's starting to, but it's running down in a very
it doesn't really want to.
Unusual manner, like syrup, like literally syrup.
And the nose is much more spicy.
The nose is difficult to describe. If you haven't nosed or drank dusty bourbon, and when we say dusty, we mean like pre-80s, probably. It just has a nose unto itself.
There's not that sweetness up front on the nose like on the new one. Interesting.
It's just all like char and barrel and a little bit of that. It
smells so much older.
It just does. Enough talking. Old Fitz.
That's so good. I dread the day that bottle was empty. So much more spice on the palate. It just lights up your tongue and the roof of your mouth.
I haven't thought about this bottle in a while, and I always forget that we've done it. And then I'll remember and be like, "Oh wait, that was awesome." It's a cannon fuse. It's sweet and mellow and very approachable on the front, and then it just builds and it builds and it builds until you just get oak and spice, and it's so
there's a lot more dark fruit and chocolate on this one. I didn't really get a whole lot of chocolate notes on the new one here.
No, and that's unusual because they're only separated by about 50 years.
And what's cool about this? 50 years. What's cool about this? And you and I, we drink a lot of bourbon. When we drank it, we thought it was fantastic. I took it to a bottle share with some people who are into bourbon, but they're not. I don't think they quite get into it as much as we do. Because, they were pouring theirs over ice and mixing it and stuff, which is fine.
That's
however
drink
you like
it however you want it.
But I brought this because I thought no one's here has ever tasted anything like this. So after warning them, threatening them, do not pour this over ice or do anything else with it, they all tasted it and they all agreed they had never tasted anything like it. It just stands out. And that's what you want from a special bourbon, right?
100%.
It doesn't have to be the greatest thing you've ever tasted, but you want it to stand out and make an impression on you that you're never going to forget.
Yeah.
And that's what that does.
We have 3 episodes on here, at least. Actually, we have a couple more, but the 3, if you're into dusty bourbons and you want to see our reaction, we have an Old Crow Chessman, we have a 1984 or 1985, 83 or 84. We have a 1980s Old Grandad 114, and then we have this Old Fitzgerald.
And we've got some old Jim Beam bottles.
Yep, and go back and watch those, and if you ever get the occasion, whether it's to secure a bottle or to try one when you're out and you're at an establishment that has some dusty bourbons, treat yourself, because it's
so good.
When you hear those old heads be like, bourbon was better back in the day, and
a lot of it was.
Okay, yeah.
Maybe not every bourbon.
Yeah, so, but back to the Old Fitz, a must buy, especially if you can find it at retail. I think it's great.
Right.
Solid 7.625.
I'll give it a 7.25.
There we go.
It's good.
It's good. It's a drinker. It's
very easy to drink.
It is very easy to drink. I will also tell you that it checks enough boxes for me where I think like it's not necessarily a mood bourbon. It's just be like, I'll have that.
Yeah.
Do you have that? Like I could see me if this was at a bar someplace being like, oh, I will always take a pour of that.
For sure.
So
yeah.
there you go.
I don't know how well it would stand up to ice.
I don't do that.
Well, but a lot of people do. A lot of people who watch us, that's how they drink it. They pour it over a big rock of ice, or
It's 100 proof. I think it's going to stand up just fine.
you think so?
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see. Excuse me while I self-indulge.
While he's doing
Tell him what
that,
to do.
I'll tell you what to do, which is normally not what I do. Like and subscribe on here for more hard-hitting bourbon content like Old Fitzgerald on the YouTubes. Also, while he's self-indulging, follow us on our socials. Instagram, So Into Bourbon. Facebook, also So Into Bourbon. And follow Glenn on TikTok at Whiskey Realtor.
You're doing such a good job. I don't
That's
want to
right.
interrupt.
And mainly, keep those wallets loose.
And your bungholes tight.
Good night, everybody.
Peace out.
Old Fitzgerald. Should we just cancel the rest of everything else and just drink this decanter? Just be done with it.
Joy to the world, the Lord has come. Let earth receive their King. I love Christmas in July.
Ho, 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 ho. Today's my anniversary.
Is it?
19 years.
Seriously?
Seriously. My wife's
went out of
anniversary.
town.
She's working.
I'm glad you and I could at least be together.
That's right, to celebrate my anniversary with my wife. Happy anniversary, my love. I love
welcome.
someone. Not you.
That's what my wife told me the first time I told her I love her.
You're welcome.
No, she said thank you, actually.
Oh, that one. Well, thank you.
Talk about
God bless your heart.
Crushing experience. You keep your fingers to yourself.
Microphone checker, swinging sword letcha, closing down the sector, supreme neck protector. Fudge it. Nobody's watching anyways.
Here we go. 3, 2, 1.